rolling.
Okay, now we have just found these seeds, we think. And now we think that they go through from the air. Now let's find out. Okay, I'm just gonna, now our experiment now is that we're just gonna take these down.
Whoa, I see them flying through the air already. Look ahead.
See? See?
Nice, look at that
right
wind.
over there. And now, soon, these things will start growing about around here where they dropped. See? Oh, and they were growing on a little sand dune too, with mangroves. Do you think that this is a seed or a fruit? Well, to be honest with you, it's sort of like both. Because the seed part is like the coconut that makes the palm trees.
Right, and the coconut that we find in grocery stores is actually the seed. And I think, how does that coconut travel to a barrier island?
Well, I would have to say water.
Because
It's a little too heavy to go in the air, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
But, and now, maybe if we could go throw this in the water, we would see it.
See if it floats? Okay, let's try it. Okay, let's see what happens.
Look, it floats. It's not going under. Doing right. Oh yeah.
Definitely, look, there it ends up right back on the beach again.
Look what we found, peoples. We found a mangrove seed. These travel by water.
Very cool.
These are one of the coolest seeds ever. And they're actually pretty stiff too. Well, this one looks like it's kind of burnt.
Yeah, that one doesn't look like it's doing so good. But these mangrove seeds, they're called propagules. Really big word. But as soon as they get to a piece of solid ground, they're ready to start growing into a tree.
And soon that will be a big mangrove island someday, maybe. Now, it floats, well, I shouldn't say it floats. It travels by water to get here now.
Exactly, and they're pretty sturdy because they can stand up to all that ocean water and the wind
Like
and
all
the
these
waves
waves.
and all these
down
crazy
on
waves.
Look at what it's starting to grow in this little sand that we just talked about. What do you think that is?
I think it's a miniature mangrove tree.
Yes, it is. You know, we're finding all these little mangroves, and they're all gonna soon form, kind of like a bush like that. Tips. There's
Yeah.
Actually, we're in them right now. I'm even touching it. Right now, I'm touching a mangrove.
Awesome. Do you know what a mangrove forest is called?
No, I don't.
It's called a mangle.
I know
That's
it
a
had-
weird word, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it had something to do with it.
So one of the reasons why those plants are so important to our barrier island here is they help us build sand dunes on our barrier island. So what do you think happens if it's a really windy day like it is today? So if we pick up some sand, and let it fly through the air, what happens? Can you see? Look at that sand blowing all over the place. Now, if there were no plants here, where do you think that sand would end up?
It was just in motion.
Yeah, it would just keep going. It would blow. But when there's plants like these little guys,
It stops the sand from going. You know how a barrier, like, let's go hide behind this barrier over here. It's like a protection thing. So now, say that this is like a mini hurricane coming through. Like, this thing would be its first thing to have to get through, like this. And then it would be able to go to the mainland.
all these sand dunes are a barrier to what's behind it. Like all those houses back there, and they'll help protect when big storms come. And they'll protect from big waves and wind and things like that. But what does a Barrier Island do for the land, the mainland that's behind the Barrier Island?
It like protects it right away. Now it can like sort of like slow it down a little bit because it has to get through all that destruction and then like the trees and everything. Well, that is like a barrier protecting from this gigantic storm.
Great, awesome. So barrier islands protect the mainland when big storms come, like hurricanes. Cool. What's the difference between this water right here that's flowing in between our island and our mainland that we're standing on, and